Hello Taurus, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your monthly reading for November. How are you doing, mate? You good? Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm so grateful to have you on board. If you haven't subscribed yet, just press the little red button underneath and then you can receive notifications that your readings are done. If, however, the readings don't resonate, please move on to another reader or check out other aspects of your natal chart, such as your moon, your rising or your Venus. I'm using the Thelema Tarot today to do your reading. So without further ado, let's get in there. Okay, oh, very nice. Look at this. Forward movement. Have you been feeling a bit stuck there, Taurus? Because I feel like you have been. And the Chariot is a card that comes in to talk about moving forward. Now, I particularly like it in this deck because his horses are actually moving. In a lot of the decks, whatever he has out the front of his chariot, sometimes it's sphinxes, but certainly they are sitting still. And there's always the worry that they're not going anywhere. But definitely in this chariot, you are moving forward. So major arcana there for you to start off your reading, which is very nice. Okay, so your first card out is the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands talks about conflict. And although the conflict can sometimes be with other people, it can also talk about mental conflict. So, you know, being in your head too much, overthinking things, having too much going on, basically. So it could be if you've been stuck and you haven't been moving forward, especially with this chariot coming up, that would say to me, maybe you've been a bit stuck lately and you haven't been able to move forward. So that's quite interesting. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands can represent a fire sign, so that's Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. So you could be dealing with a fire sign at this time, but this person is coming in quite quickly for you too. So it could be that you've got somebody on their way to you to give you some sort of message. Now, the fire signs talk about messages of passion. So it could be somebody's passionately coming in to give you a message. And it may be why your chariot's moving forward, quite frankly. So maybe you're getting the message from someone that you wanted to hear. This isn't so much a message of love as it is a message of movement. And then we have a Knight of Pentacles. So we have two knights here. I want to make a joke there, but I can't think of what two knights. The Knight of Pentacles is here. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, it could be you because you're obviously one of the earth signs. And I feel like perhaps somebody's coming in with a very passionate offer after you've been stuck for a while. Looks like me, you're happy to give them an offer back too, but you want to offer them something stable. So maybe they just sort of want to have, you know, a bit of a fling with you or want something less serious and you want something more stable. So it could be why you've got this conflict going on, because perhaps you want to move forward with this person, but they're not prepared to move forward with you, or they are just waiting. Perhaps it's too soon, too quick. Oh, look at this. And the Ace of Pentacles does talk about a stable new start. Look, I feel like you're ready to offer this to someone. I think you're taking someone very, very seriously here. The thing is, what I have an issue with is when I look at the knights, they're riding away from each other. The Knight of Wands is moving towards the Five of Wands, which says to me that someone's offered you something, but you're not prepared. You want something more, and they're not prepared to give you something more. So there's definitely this new start, though, with this Ace of Pentacles. So I find that quite interesting. So maybe somehow or another they're going to accept the offer. The Four of Pentacles comes out after this, and the Four of Pentacles talks about hanging on to things. It's a card that can talk about hanging on to the past, hanging on to your money. Maybe they don't want to move forward with you because they're concerned about their finances. It could be that you're concerned about finances too, but you're definitely moving towards this Ace of Pentacles, so I don't think it's you. I really think the other person's just really worried about moving forward on this. I wouldn't worry too much. Wheel of Fortune's coming out here. So the universe is sending you into a direction here, or the other person. We'll see as soon as I put some down. So karma is going in your favour here. I feel like this relationship is one that's supposed to work, but you're just not hitting it at the moment. And what the universe is showing, what Spirit's showing me is this. You're just not on the same page. But they are moving you to that direction. Okay. You could be dealing with a water sign, Taurus. It could be somebody here that's a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Or alternatively, which makes me feel even more so with this reading, is you're dealing with someone who's not showing you emotion, because I have the Knight of Wands. Okay, recap before I move on. You look like you've been a bit stuck and you're starting to get some forward movement. I think you've met someone who wants to make an offer to you, but I don't think they're making an offer because they've fallen in love with you. I think they're making an offer because they're feeling quite passionate about this relationship. However, you, on the other hand, want to offer this person something more stable. But I don't think they're giving you the love that you want to see. I think that somebody is reluctant to share their past here. They're reluctant to move forward with you. But what the universe is saying is this is actually destined for you to move forward on. And I think somehow this person needs to open up to you, but they're just not opening up at this time. Yeah, and you know what? People see this all the time as being a card of deceit and of stealing and whatever else. And in my experience, this card often comes up if somebody isn't prepared to tell someone how they're feeling. So it could be that this person is feeling strongly for you, Taurus, but they're not prepared to say anything at this point in time. I feel like something to do with this Four of Pentacles says to me that they have something they're still not over or still hanging on to. And they're reluctant to say to you that they want to move forward. They do have feelings for you, but they're not ready to at this time. But what's happening is they're coming across as being deceitful. And I don't believe they're being deceitful. I think they're trying to hide their feelings. And the Five of Cups is here. One of you two is very hurt here. One of you two has moved on too quickly. I feel like someone's moved into this relationship before they've healed a past relationship. And it could be that the universe is bringing you together here with this Karma card. This Wheel of Fortune is moving you together so you can heal together. That's what I'm feeling. Because it definitely has some sort of heartbreak from the past here. One of you is very, very, finding it very hard to let go of something from the past. And it needs to be let go because I feel like this relationship is destined to move forward. Holy cow. Okay, so it's probably a very good chance one of you is going to walk away from this. Now, this isn't a permanent walking away. What I see here is I see a moon that's shining very brightly. So I feel like somebody is walking away because they don't think the other person feels the same as them. Now, whichever way, you know these readings, energies both ways, general energies. But I can say to you here, this is a very straightforward reading. The thing is, and I will recap again before I do an oracle card because we've got plenty of time on this reading. There's some sort of relationship coming in for you, and I feel like you've been wanting this for a while. There's been a lot of stagnant energy here, and you're ready to move now. I think you've been worried about whether you were going to meet someone. I feel like there's an offer from one of you to the other, and the offer is of passion. So it could mean that you just, one of the people just wants, you know, the whole sex thing, one night stand, fling, whatever. But I feel like the other person's perhaps fallen a little heavier because they want to offer something more stable. But the thing is, the person that is reluctant to move forward here, I feel like is coming from a place of pain. And they haven't dealt with their pain and they're quite emotionally cold at the moment. So I really think this is you walking away, Taurus, to be honest, because I feel like you think this person doesn't feel anything for you. But it's because they're still suffering with past pain and they're hiding it with this Seven of Swords. They're not fessing up to the way they feel. So I think you're walking away because you don't think this person is into you. What I can say to you, this isn't a permanent walking away. To me, once the secrets have been brought out in this moon, then you will be able to move ahead. But I really feel like this relationship is destined to move forward. There is a clear indication in the middle of this reading of the Wheel of Fortune showing that there's something that needs to move forward here. Oh, okay, so the card that's come out is Natural. So I'm just going to show you her because she's just beautiful. Look at her. Natural. And she's card 40. So I'll read you the meaning because I'm still reading them out of the book. Natural 40. I won't read you the full meaning though, I'm only reading the blessing. So it says, when you take away the trappings of money, power, status in the world, you are left with the things of the spirit, and you are rich in the ways of the soul indeed. This creates a balanced, centered, strong core. So what I can say to you that means for you is that some of this stuff here that is really hard for this person to get past is all about the ego being damaged and hurt. Once this person lets go of this ego and the worldly things, they will come back. They will be ready to have a relationship with you, but they're just not ready at the moment. All right, thanks, Taurus.